I've chosen a poem by the great American feminist, civil rights activist, lesbian campaigner, but mostly beautiful writer, Adrienne Rich. She was fearless in her belief that words were the thing, that we could build different worlds. And she was absolutely sure that if people learned to tell different stories, write different stories, then all of the voices that were left out all of the time would be heard. And so she wrote about being a mother. She was a lesbian mother. She wrote about the complications of love. She wrote about all the people put in prison for their beliefs and how right it is to be standing here today with the great work that Amnesty does to speak for all of those people who have had their voices taken away. But mostly she believed that language could make your heart sing, exactly as Elif has just said, that that is the way to change views. The poem I'm going to read is called Diving into the Wreck, and it's the title poem of her National Book Award winning collection in 1974. And when she won for that, Adrienne Rich accepted the award jointly on behalf of her fellow nominees, who included Audre Lorde, but also for all women whose voices have gone and still go unheard. And when I was thinking about this anthology, I thought that it should bring tears to all of our eyes, that 40 years after her saying that, there are still places where girls and women have no rights over their own bodies, over reading and writing. And then I thought, maybe it would bring tears to her eyes, she died in 2012, to see now so many men and boys and women and girls standing together saying, we want the world to include us all. And this poem is simply about the stories that women are not included in, but the way that we can take those stories back. First, having read the Book of Myths and loaded the camera and checked to the edge of the knife blade, I put on the body armor of black rubber, the absurd flippers, the grave and awkward mask. I am having to do this not like Cousteau with his assiduous team aboard the sun-flooded schooner, but here alone. There is a ladder. The ladder is always there, hanging innocently close to the side of the schooner. We know what it is for, we who have used it. Otherwise, it's a piece of maritime floss, some sundry equipment. I go down, rung after rung, and still the oxygen immerses me, the blue light, the clear atoms of our human air. I go down. My flippers cripple me. I crawl like an insect down the ladder, and there is no one to tell me when the ocean will begin. First, the air is blue, and then it is bluer, and then green, and then black. I am blacking out, and yet my mask is powerful. It pumps my blood with power. The sea is another story. The sea is not a question of power. I have to learn alone to turn my body without force in the deep element. And now, it is easy to forget what I came for among so many who have always lived here, swaying their crenellated fans between the reefs, and besides, you breathe differently down here. I came to explore the wreck. The words are purposes, the words are maps. I came to see the damage that was done and the treasures that prevail. I stroke the beam of my lamp along the flank of something more permanent than fish or weed, the thing that I came for, the wreck, and not the story of the wreck, the thing itself, and not the myth. The drowned face always staring towards the sun, the evidence of damage worn by salt and sway into this threadbare beauty, the ribs of the disaster, curving their assertion among the tentative haunters. This is the place. And I am here, the mermaid whose hair dark streams black, the merman in his armored body. We circle silently about the wreck, we dive into the hold. I am she, I am he, whose drowned face sleeps with open eyes, whose breasts still bear the stress, whose silver copper cargo lies obscurely inside barrels, half wedged and left to rot. We are the half-destroyed instruments that once held to a course, the water-eaten log, the fouled compass. We are, I am, you are, by cowardice or courage, the one who find our way back to this scene, carrying a knife, a camera, a book of myths in which our names do not appear. Thank you.